Hey, Eagle Nation, this is Kelly Wells, Director of Athletics here at Morehead State, and I have the pleasure of being joined with Mark Coleman, our cheer coach here at Morehead State. And Mark, I wanted to spend a little time reflecting on our trip to Nationals and what an amazing weekend it was for the Eagles and you personally, and maybe just share a little bit to our viewers of what a successful trip, and I'll try to put things in perspective too, that you thought the Eagles had in Orlando.
Well, I was really proud of all of our athletes this weekend, and we had some incredible performances. And up and through Saturday night, I don't know if it was a movie script, if we could have a sports movie, if it could have been written much better. We started the weekend really strong with a couple of incredible partner stunt routines. Our all-girl partner stunt won. Our game day competed on Friday, and they were in first place going into Saturday. They ultimately ended up winning Saturday, and two of our three other teams were in first place going into finals on Sunday. So it was a very exciting weekend, and we did really good. And here at Morehead State, we're aiming for the top. We're not playing it safe. We're not trying to shoot for second place, and so we came up short. We had some hiccups in some of our performances on Sunday, but overall, just extremely proud of our student athletes and fans and parents. We had a great contingency. It was a very exciting weekend.
Yeah, and I will share as the director of athletics here is, you try to find points of pride in what we do here at Morehead State, and I can share with our audience a little bit here that, I got the impression everywhere I went that Morehead State was the standard. If we walked in to perform, they rushed to watch us perform. We had 75 plus alums that showed up for the event beforehand. Wearing the blue and gold meant something there. I kind of felt like the whole nation got to see what I feel about Morehead State on a daily basis. So, Mark, expand on maybe the tradition that's been set from Myron to now transitioning to you, and how people feel about the Eagles cheerleading program.
Yeah, I'm sure many people know we're the winningest collegiate program in the country, and that was all started by Myron. And we say FTOBU, it's for the ones before us, it's for our alumni. We have so many alumni that come back and support us every year during our training in December, at our showcase that we host in January, and at Nationals. And it's always like a big reunion, and it's extremely special. And you kind of grasp, I didn't cheer at Morehead State. I've only been the coach here the past 13 years, and so I get a sense of it, but it just reminds you of how special our program is when you see so many people that the program touched come back, and then also the impact that you see other cheerleaders, like when we're warming up, people come watch us practice. When we walk by, you hear the whispers, "There's Morehead State." So you just get a sense of how very special it is.
Yeah, it's a real feeling. I was able to go this year for the first time, and I've never been more impressed with a group of people that can handle such poise under such pressure. And being an athlete and a coach, I've seen all those things, and I don't know that I've ever been in a situation that was more pressure-packed, where you have to perform for a 2-minute cycle and you get one chance to do it.
It's crazy. I've tried to put it in other terms of other sports, and it's really challenging because there's just really no comparison. It's awesome, and then it's also intimidating that your entire season is compressed into one performance. And we get to compete twice in semifinals and finals, but it's a clean slate on finals, so anything can happen. So maximum chaos and maximum pressure. And for the most part, I thought our teams handled it incredibly well. It's a tribute to the types of athletes that we have here at Morehead State, to the legacy and the training principles and the structure and the culture that Myron established, that was passed down to me, and that we've been able to continue. I think we really train in a special way, and we really try to set these athletes up for success, and it was very gratifying to bring 2 more national titles home.
And I'm glad you led that in at a perfect time, where you're very humble in your approach, and certainly Myron Doan is a huge part of what we did here. And what he started, I think he would be extremely proud of the growth that you've taken it to, and a different level you've taken it to. And our 54 national championships turned to 56, which also made you the all-time winningest coach here in Morehead State history. And I think Myron would be super proud to hand that baton to you and say, hey, while this is the Doan Dynasty, Coleman's crown has been part of this as well. So moving into that, can you talk about how special that is to be a part of that transition?
Absolutely. I mean, I was talking with, I think, the Trailblazer, one of the reporters. They were interviewing me a couple days ago, and being successful and winning as much as possible was part of the reason why I wanted to come to Morehead State, why it was my dream job. I knew that this program and the legacy and just everything that was established previously would give me the opportunities to be successful, to win. And one of my personal goals has always been to be the winningest college coach ever. And it's taken me 13 years to get there, but I'm not satisfied, and I want to continue to add to that legacy. It's very humbling. It's very gratifying. You know, I'm a very competitive person, so it's always been part of my why. Obviously, impacting athletes and being a part of their lives, you know, playing a small part in these journeys and helping develop these young adults is my biggest why. But I'm competitive, you know, and I like to win, and I don't like losing. I think what he started and what he built over, you know, 20 plus years, definitely different than the challenges I'm facing now, just to keep it going. But it's been a huge blessing, and I'm very, very proud, and I'm excited to continue it.
Thanks, Mark, for spending time with us and reflecting on the successes of the national tournament. But genuinely, we want to thank you for all the work you do and your student athletes. We're very proud of our cheerleading program and you specifically. So thanks again for all you do. And as we exit, we always say,
Let's go Eags.